Welcome back to Streamline Entertainment. We're going to get straight into a video, and this is called The Inside of a Drug Mule's Stomach, and it just gives us a bit of insight how dangerous basically someone being plugged is and what dangers there are out there if this bag bursts, and obviously these drugs go into the bloodstream. Technically, death is imminent. Let's have a quick look.
Netflix's new original show, Narcos, which talks about the Pablo Escobar empire. And it features one particularly grisly scene in which a young pregnant woman, a coke mule, dies in an emergency room after accidentally ingesting 12 grams of cocaine after the capsule burst inside. And you may be curious as to whether or not this is actually, how this actually works, how we would be able to transfer this over to real life. What is a deadly amount? Well, we are going to tell you. Let's take a look at one time where this is kind of gross. It's not a real picture, but it is a visualization of a 2011 case in which... Go ahead.
No, this is an actual person who is a drug mule and managed to, how many pieces? It was like 27?
This was a young man who had 72 thumb-sized packets of cocaine hanging out within his digestive system.
72. That is just unbelievable. That is just so dangerous. Really is. And in hindsight, what if something got stuck or something? It's just unbelievable how many people take so many chances.
830 grams in all. He was detained for nervous behavior and you should be nervous, and taken to a medical imaging machine, which showed this. He didn't die.
Yes,
they got to him in time.
He was one of the successful ones to come through. But in a study, I believe, they said that anywhere from 20 to 25% of people are, if they weren't in danger, if they were in danger of having one of the capsules potentially rupture once it actually passed through the system. So
they did look at a case where it ruptured on the way out.
On the way out, yes.
Which is better than in the digestive system, because the way people would, I guess, get the biggest high off cocaine would be digesting it through their stomach or snorting it, of course, the preferred way.
That's not the biggest high. The biggest high is actually if you shoot it directly. That's what is it's most deadly, is if you put it into the bloodstream directly. So there was some...
so it's not the worst thing you could do. It's pretty damn bad, though.
The author who kind of put this together did some research and discovered that while ingesting it is not the most deadly method, it's still 11 grams of cocaine is enough to put anyone on an overdose.
It actually only takes 1.5 grams to kill you, to OD. Yes. So 11 is definitely, it'll kill you. It
just proves really how sort of dangerous it is. Someone even carrying like 11 grams, it's just too much for the body and the heart to take. It's just going to break down your body. It's just unbelievable how people can take these chances. And I'm sure if they read up about it, they would never, ever, ever do it. I mean, they're told they're safe, they're told how much money they can make, but there's so much more to it than meets the eye. It's so dangerous.
It's not going to be good. You're going to have maybe a hemorrhage, maybe a heart attack. There are a number of things that could happen to you by ODing on cocaine.
It's insane to me. First of all, I was actually more surprised about the show. I mean, I think it's good that we're bringing some light to the fact that drug mules exist. And I certainly wasn't educated as much. I know that they existed, but I figured they got away with putting away like 3 or 4 packets, not freaking 70.
Okay, that one was probably higher than average.
I'm just saying, even the idea of having 70 lethal doses of cocaine inside of your body.
One is lethal, yeah.
Right.
So researchers wanted to see how much the lethal amount would be, but they didn't test it on humans. They actually tested on animals. So what they did is they were doing LD100 coke dose, how much it takes to kill a 100% of test subjects for a human-sized 150-pound animal. So if with dogs, it is about an 8 ball, 3.5 grams. for the same size rat, so this is a 150-pound rat theoretically, they would need up to 13.5 grams. Rats love cocaine.
Rats love cocaine, and they can take it. They can just go to town. They also love cookies. They love cookies as much as they love cocaine. You remember that study, right?
I don't know what you're talking
Okay.
about.
So they did a study in which, at some point, rats were shown to be just as addicted to Oreos as cocaine.
Yay!
And so the kind of the joke from that whole study came from, oh, well, guess what? Rats love cookies and cocaine. Surprise, surprise.
So if a drug mule had the body of a giant rat, you'd be probably okay. Barring that, you are not okay. That is the shocking conclusion we've come to. That you could have a heart attack, a hemorrhage, hypothermia, delirium, just maybe even a stroke. It will not be fun for you at all. So the medical term for this is actually body packing syndrome.
Body packing.
You can apparently survive if you seek medical attention immediately.
Before it's all absorbed.
Yeah,
Okay.
benzos delivered by IV is the way to do it. There aren't really a lot of stats of how many people actually die from this.
Right, because it's illegal.
Because it's illegal.
And probably a lot of it goes unchecked, uncategorized, undocumented, which is kind of, I guess what they're trying to be doing with the show a little bit is showing the reality of that this stuff happens. So it still shatters my reality a little bit.
What I've read up about as well, it still goes on a hell of a lot, especially with young people and sometimes vulnerable people who don't know the effects of, just if even a little bit, absolutely bursting,
No more Coke parties?
No more. No. Sorry, I can't reasonably stick my nose into a powder knowing it was shoved up someone's ass.
And it could have killed them, you monster.
Yeah, truth. And in the case of the Netflix show, actually, I don't guess we don't want to put spoilers inside of it. So
That's just one grim scene. That is
One
not
grim
what the
scene.
show is about. It shows a lot of grim scenes.
Yes.
So check that out if that's your thing. Audience, let us.
So that was Inside of Drugs Mule's Stomach. Nerd alert. Do go and subscribe to them because they've got some interesting information on that as well.